Alright, so you can tell from the bottom this isn't really going to be much of a Raw review. Um, and you can tell that I don't really have any good things to say about Mother Nature. And if Mother Nature should force to like strike me with lightning, then I don't really deserve it because she decided to screw me over. So I decided, to insult you. Um, Kind of a terrible day for me. I mean, if you watch my Royal Rumble review, I don't know if you have, but I was late to school because my cab showed up at 9:25 and I had to be there at 9 o'clock. And I missed my first class. It was terrible. And
Is your laptop charging?
it's right here.
You charging it?
Not right now.
You should charge it.
Okay.
Your phone charging?
Right here. I'm going to charge it after the... Yeah, so, and... Um, so because of these, blizzards that are going on, there's a little bit of a cancellation in wrestling. Because tonight wrestling was supposed to take place in Hartford, Connecticut, but no one could travel because of this huge blizzard going on. So it got canceled, and they still had Raw, but they changed it up a little bit, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking, and I'm going to tell you about it in a short few minutes. But now I can't even go to Smack. Tomorrow SmackDown was supposed to come in Boston, Massachusetts, in the TD Garden. That's not fucking happening now. Um, it's thanks to the blizzard and the Boston Celtics, who are 14-27. Um, I mean, I don't know. It just sucks, you know. Um, so I've decided that this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a hashtag going on. We're gonna get something trending. If you feel like you've been robbed by this blizzard and you wanna be pissed about it, I want you guys to go to hashtag to either Facebook or Twitter. Look for my tweet, and I'm gonna post it on the Owen Finch Facebook page and the Owen the Birdman the Owen the Birdman Twitter. So that that's how you plug something right there. They're down in the bottom below, and I want you to write hashtag Mother Nature is a bitch. That's gonna be the hashtag. Um, And then, yeah, we'll see how many people I can get to hashtag that. You can also share it and stuff too when we tweet that. Let's see how many people I can get to tweet and Facebook this. Alright, so Raw tonight was in the headquarters of the WWE. Um, so let's kind of go through Raw. I don't have a lot of notes to take because not a lot happened. So I guess it took place on January 26, 2015. We had Michael Cole and Booker T. I can't really say the long commentary, but they were like hosting the show. JBL later on joined, but he had to go outside. I guess give the weather. I don't know why, but he did, and he was like out there in the freezing cold, and he just went back inside because he didn't like the way it was going. I'm not really sure why this happened. Um, and then it showed the triple threat match with Lesnar, Cena, and Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Thought that was fine. Um, and then Seth Rollins got interviewed after the match, and he talked about how he threw everything at Brock Lesnar, but he couldn't take him out. But he was this close to becoming the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Talked about how he was smart in that match. He proved that he could hang with the big boys, and that he admit that he underestimated Brock Lesnar. Because Brock Lesnar ended up pinning him. And he was interviewed by Michael Cole too. And Lesnar was going to get interviewed afterwards, so Seth Rollins just stayed. Oh, and Seth Rollins also talked about too how he still has Plan B, the Money in the Bank briefcase. He could just cash that in and become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So then Brock Lesnar came up, and they had like a face off, but Rollins left, even threw his chair down, and Lesnar and Heyman sat down. Lesnar talked about how he was the greatest, how nobody can beat him because he conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak, and Paul Heyman's like, why are you guys all shocked about that? He talked about how if the Authority, being Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, have a problem with anyone, they can just take it up with Brock Lesnar. Um, that he's that and he also talked about how he's going to meet Roman Reigns tonight because they're gonna have a meeting. He's gonna meet him tonight. So yeah, that's about it. I think he talked about too how he conquered John Cena and stuff like that. I thought it was all fine. And then it showed the Royal Rumble match, the whole thing, with Roman Reigns winning. So then Roman Reigns got interviewed. He talked about how wants to pay tribute to his family, and he always kept that a secret that he was related to the one of the members of the Wild Samoans. It's not Alpha, but the other one, Rikishi, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, Roman Reigns, and he's also eliminated to Peter Maivia and The Rock. But he always kept it a secret because he wanted to build his own legacy in the WWE. And he says that he wish he could have gotten a better reaction, but hey, he was taught always life isn't fair, and he always busted his ass. He was the Authority, even though they handed it to him, he busted his ass because he had to swim. He learned to swim in the deep end like he had um, his father taught him how to do. And he also said that he's going to meet his WrestleMania opponent tonight. So I thought that was good stuff. And Byron Saxton was the one giving the interview. There was a few technical problems. I thought Roman Reigns cut a fine promo. I know everyone hates his promos, but I thought he cut a fine one. And then they announced John Cena's opponent at Fastlane, the new Fastlane pay-per-view. It's going to be Rusev. I think they're kind of idiots for giving the match away at Fastlane. I think they should wait till Mania. But yeah. I hope they don't break Rusev's streak at Fastlane. I really hope not. They also announced that Triple H is going to confront Sting at Fastlane. I think that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. And then we find out that Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. We know Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator, all his movies. He was a bodybuilder. He won Mr. Olympia like 7 years in a row. He became the governor of some state, I forget what state, in 2003, and he beat the crap out of Triple H on SmackDown, inducted Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame, and beat the crap out of The Miz on Raw. So, and Vince McMahon even promoted him gave him like a replica WWF, which stands for World Wrestling Federation Championship. So, I think that he's a good choice for the celebrity. I'm surprised he actually hasn't been in yet. Then Dean Ambrose arrives. He just walks right in the building, all fine. So then he gets interviewed and says, and then they're like, why were you traveling out in this weather? Did you walk all the way here from Harvard, Connecticut? And he's like, yeah, so what? And then he talks about how he had some obstacles, how he drove on the back of a pickup truck, how, there's all these obstacles, and because he talks about how that's what the obstacles he's going to face on the road to WrestleMania. I thought this was actually pretty funny stuff. I'm loving Dean Ambrose. So then Daniel Bryan gets interviewed and says that he talked about, the Yes Movement last year and how it led him to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and then he got injured, and it motivated him to want to come back and win the Royal Rumble. And he said that Roman Reigns, everyone can hate that Roman Reigns won. I hate it because I didn't win, but he took advantage of opportunity, no matter, how he got help from The Rock and all that stuff. And then he says that he's going to beat Kane because he's going to have a casket match. Because now Thursday night SmackDown is going to be live in Connecticut. So this is the SmackDown I was supposed to go to, but Connecticut gets to see it instead. Like I said, hashtag Mother Nature's a bitch. And also, fuck you, Connecticut. But anyhow, yeah. So yeah. There's that. We say he's going to take care of Kane on SmackDown in the casket match. I'm still going to watch SmackDown. I don't know how much of a good mood I'm going to be in, but I'm still going to watch it. And then the last thing that happened was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns come face to face for the first time. And what I like about Brock Lesnar being the champion this year is now there's more time to build up this match. I mean, obviously, I don't think Lesnar's going to be there. I kind of figured that's funny that Lesnar's on this, but he won't show up for like any other Raw. But anyhow, um, I thought this was a good segment though. And like I said, I'm happy you get the more time to build up the title match because you actually know who's going to be facing off in the main event of WrestleMania going into the next pay per view. So I think that's awesome. And Paul Heyman even talks about Roman Reigns' family, how he knew all of them before Roman Reigns did. He knew the Usos. He took pictures. He was the manager of Rikishi before he became Rikishi when he's called Fat. You know his real name, Fachu. I think it is. I know it's that, but I just don't know how to pronounce it. Talked about how he took pictures of the Wild Samoans and um, Peter Maivia. And then he says the Rock doesn't mention though, and he talked about how the Rock was on top, and this new rookie came in named Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar beat the Rock, and he's like, "Did you ever see the rematch?" And then he talked about how there wasn't one because Brock Lesnar pretty much, there wasn't no need for one. So he asked like if you, and then Paul Heyman asked if he's willing to go home and face his family, knowing he failed to beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns looks at Brock Lesnar and tells him, and Paul Heyman also says he doesn't respect Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns looks at Brock Lesnar and tells him that he's gonna take his title, and if he doesn't do it, and he also tells him you don't know what you're facing, and if he doesn't do it, he's gonna take a piece of Brock Lesnar with him. Brock Lesnar says he doesn't respect Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns tells him that he should. So I thought this was awesome stuff. I thought Roman Reigns nailed it tonight. He didn't do the best, but I thought he did just fine. For Roman Reigns. He cut pretty good promos and stuff. So I thought he did fine. So that's Raw. I mean, I didn't watch much of the show because most of it was recaps of the Triple Threat match and the Royal Rumble match. So if you didn't see the Rumble, I guess you can just watch the show because you're pretty much all caught up. I mean, you can watch the whole show if you want, but you know. Um, but overall, I can't really trash the show too much because WWE had to do something. Um, everyone say they should have not have been 3 hours. They have to fill that 3 hours. I think they have like a contract where they have to be on the air for 3 hours. There's just because of a snowstorm. Um, I will give credit to them though. I did enjoy the last part of the show with the Bryan interview with Rikishi with Arnold Schwarzenegger getting into the Hall of Fame, the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar face off, and I enjoyed that. And the Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar face off and the interviews I enjoyed. I did enjoy that aspect, but I'm not gonna be. But like I said though, I ain't gonna be too harsh on the show because they had to deal with the snowstorm, so you can't really be too harsh on it. What you should be harsh on is Mother Nature, because she's a bitch. Um, Other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. Um, Subscribe to this channel and by clicking right there. And if you want it, I am gonna post that status, so that what and But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be back to give you another video at some point. I'm not really sure when because we might lose power and I might not have internet access to make videos. So when I can get a video out there, I will. I mean, I could lose power before this video uploads, so I will definitely give you a video at some point. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.